Don't miss it. There's a very short window to get in on this new thing. If you want to go out and if you want to learn a new skill or a new business or learn from some of the heavy hitters like the Grant Cardones and the Ty Lopez's and everybody else out there that you only see on stages somewhere, this is your opportunity. You want to get on this before it becomes flooded with all the information that may or may not be accurate right now. It's very positive and very productive. So you got to get on it now. The new social media app called Clubhouse, and I'm gonna tell you all about it. This is Austin Rutherford, where we talk business, finance, and real estate. So today I'm gonna tell you all about it, the positives, the negatives, how it works, everything in between. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how you can create an account on the app as soon as possible, because a lot of people are not getting into the app right now. So let's start with what it is. It's a social media app. It's an app on your phone. And basically the theory of it, it's like going to a conference, listening to speakers, but you can do it from your phone. So there's something called rooms. Now in these rooms, there's a group of speakers that get together to do a room to talk about a certain topic. So, let's say 3 speakers will go into the room, start the room talking about real estate or wholesaling 101. Now the people that are on the app, as users, they can scroll through all the rooms that are in progress right now. So they'll see, hundreds of rooms, quote unquote, that are in progress. Now they can go in and they can see who the speakers' names are. So it says Wholesaling 101, and it'll say Austin Rutherford and Carlos Reyes and Ryan Pineda and all those things. So you can see who's talking on the topic, and you can go into these rooms and listen to these speakers talk about a topic. The beautiful thing is also that people can ask questions. So they ask the speakers questions, and then the speakers are able to answer those questions. So it's basically like talking directly to the speakers through an app. So if a room is started and another, high influencer comes into a room, or somebody who knows a lot of information on that topic, the current speakers can invite other speakers to be on what's called the panel, and then they can now start and ask questions. So you can raise your hand in the audience, ask questions, and then they can invite other speakers to the stage, which can then answer your questions. So like I said, it's basically an app where you can talk to all the influencers or gurus or whatever you want to say it directly and ask questions. Now to the positives. This app has some amazing content. There's a lot of things very, very detailed that most people usually have to pay for. Most people have to pay for the knowledge, and these speakers and influencers are giving it out for free. They're talking about anything about real estate, finance, business, how to start 2021 off right, goals, Monday morning routines, the millionaire morning. There's literally rooms on anything and everything you can think of. There's people on there talking about it and adding free value. And the cool thing is that it's real people sharing real results. Like I said, anybody can get on the stage and ask questions to these speakers. So it's very real and it's very organic. Another beautiful thing about this app is that it connects a lot of people. So inside of your bio, so like I have a bio, it's Austin Rutherford, it's on the Clubhouse, and inside of that, it can link to my Instagram and Twitter, and then I can also have a description about who I am, what I do, how I can help, everything in between. So it connects a lot of people. So if you're in a room and you see 10 speakers, usually those 10 speakers are credible. They wouldn't have got on stage if they were not. So you can go there and you can follow all those people and start learning from everybody that you may have never been able to meet anywhere else. I've connected with a lot of people on that app. It adds instant credibility. If you are a speaker, you can connect with anybody else in that room. And a lot of people reach out to the speakers and connect with me. So I've been able to build a lot of relationships using this app. And the other great thing is that it has a lot of organic reach. You can find a lot of good people very easily because the app's not flooded with a lot of information and sometimes wrong information. So, it's very powerful. It's new right now. Everybody's getting on it. All the influencers are getting on it, and they're adding free value. And you can be able to talk and connect with these people and find these people because it's not flooded right now. So let's talk about some of the negatives now. I did a poll on my Instagram and I asked people, I said, how many people think Clubhouse is phenomenal? How many people think Clubhouse is okay, some positive and some negative? And how many people think Clubhouse is a waste of time? And the results on that is that 1/3 of people said that it was great. About 50% of people said 50-50, and 20% of people said, hey, it's a waste of time. And the reason for that, and there's a meme out there that explains it perfectly, but the reason for that is that people are acting like they're doing more than what they're actually doing. So when you get on stage, quote unquote, and you're able to ask a question or something, like some people will get on there and they'll be like, hey, you know, I'm Austin Rutherford, you know, I'm from Columbus, Ohio. You know, I started out as a kid, as a 20-year-old, you know, I got into the game, then I hired a mentor, and, you know, then I started flipping houses, and, you know, I've done flipping and wholesaling and renting and new construction and YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and social media. And I did all those things and it was awesome. And they just keep talking and talking and talking, and they're not actually adding real value. They're trying to hype themselves up to be something that they're not. So that's the downfall with this app, is that there's a lot of fakes acting like they're doing more than what they're actually doing. Another downfall with this app is that when there's speakers on stage, I've been in rooms where there were 80 speakers on stage, 80. Like, how do you keep track of who's talking? How do you know if your question is being asked towards you? As a speaker, it's very difficult to even chime in and answer a question because there's so many people just going at it. And I've also seen that a lot of the times the speakers will just chime back and forth like, how have you been? Oh, cool, that's great. Oh, well, let me add value. Oh, yeah, let me just follow up with that. Oh, let me touch on that as well. And they just keep talking and talking and talking. And very few questions can actually get asked because it's just the speakers talking to one another. And there's value within that, but sometimes it just gets carried away. And the reason for this is to add value to the people and allow them to ask questions and give answers. Another thing is that if you do become a speaker, you can promote other speakers to the panel. So a lot of times it just becomes a friend circle. You know, they just promote all their friends, again, whether they have real experience or not. You know, sometimes a lot of fakes can get on there just because they know the right people. And another thing is that people are sitting on this app literally the entire day for 20 hours in a day. And again, there's benefits to that and there's negatives to that. If you're doing it to actually consume and learn and take notes or add value as a speaker and give as much as possible, like, that's okay. But a lot of people are using it too much and they're not actually implementing. You know, they're over educating and not actually doing what they should be doing. So don't get caught up on Clubhouse learning without ever actually implementing what you're learning, because then there's no point of listening in the first place. So my thoughts on the app in general, I think it's an amazing platform. I love the idea of it. I think it can add a lot of value. The issues that I see with it is that speakers in rooms can become saturated, and a lot of them are just talking about themselves and trying to build themselves up as much as possible. And at the end of the day, when you do that, you don't add value to the crowd. I also see some influencers / gurus sitting on the app all day with just so they can have their name up there. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it goes back to oversaturation, having a massive amount of people on there and being oversaturated. And I think right now there's so much hype about it. It's brand new, everybody wants on. I think over time it'll fizzle out a little bit, and Clubhouse will have to implement guidelines on who can become speakers. You know, you have to be an active speaker to still be on the room, and there's only a certain amount of people that you can invite to be a speaker in the room. And I think over time, instead of people sitting on there literally all day, every day right now, that there'll be scheduled calls. Like, you know, people will do a group call, you know, Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and they'll just do it every Wednesday. So I think it'll become more like scheduled over time once the hype dies out, so that it doesn't take away from your entire day. Now, the big question is, how do you get involved? So as of shooting this video, it's only on iOS. I think I heard last night that I went to Android. I haven't confirmed that yet, but as of right now, it's only on iOS. And there's two ways to get on the platform. If you have a friend that's currently already on Clubhouse, they get what are called invites. So the more active you are on the platform, the more invites you get. So if you get invited from a friend, you get to get on the app, you create your profile, you're good to go. Now, if you don't have a friend that's on the platform, maybe find a way to add value. Most people screenshot their Clubhouse and post it on Instagram. So those people are obviously on Instagram. So find a way to add them value. So slide into their DMs and message them, offer them some free content, offer them some guidance, offer them some time, offer them a deal, add value to them so you help their life. And then in return, after you add value to them, you could possibly ask them for an invite to get on the Clubhouse app. And now the second option, if you don't know anybody or you can't get any invites to get on the app, the second option is just to download the app yourself and create a profile. The thing right now with Clubhouse is that they're not approving everybody immediately. You know, there's people that are applying for a profile and it's taken a day or a week or, you know, sometimes 2 weeks to get approved to the platform to create. I think they're doing this because Clubhouse is trying to build this and build the back end as it grows. So instead of, you know, 10 million people downloading it at once, they're allowing, you know, 500,000 a day to download it so they can grow their platform along with the user base. So overall, find a friend that can invite you ideally. If not, download the app ASAP so you can get in the queue to be approved. So if you're already on Clubhouse and you're consuming content, that's great. Just make sure you're listening to the right people and you're not listening to the frauds out there that are trying to be more than what they actually are. And if you're trying to get on Clubhouse to influence and to add value to other people, what I would recommend is try to get on as many rooms as possible so you can be a speaker, so your name's up there, so then the people in the room can see you up there, and then they'll reach out and try and connect with you. Either way, there's a lot of people wishing that they got on TikTok way before it blew up because they could have gained massive traction. And I think that's what Clubhouse is right now. This is still the very early phases, and people are trying to get on there and build a following to add as much value as possible. When you do get on Clubhouse, make sure you follow me. It's at Austin Rutherford. You can follow me. We host rooms on real estate, on private money, on crypto, on a bunch of different things. So make sure you add me on Clubhouse. And while you're here, if you could smash that like button on YouTube, it'd be greatly appreciated. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you like Clubhouse or if you think it's oversaturated or if it's actually adding value to you. As always, appreciate y'all being here. This wouldn't be anything without you. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.